if you're looking for something cheap, not necessarily easy, it was a lot of work, but something cheap that you can redo your cabinets, I highly recommend that Rustoleum Kitchen Transformations Kit. So a little over a year ago, we decided to redo our kitchen. And the first step was to refinish the cabinets. Here's what it looked like before. The cabinets were actually in really good shape. They're really nice solid oak. We just didn't like the natural finish. So we found a product called Rustoleum Kitchen Transformations, and it's normally around $80 for a small kit, and we saw it on Amazon. It was 40 bucks. So we bought that. We ended up needing 2 of the smaller ones. So if you have a big kitchen, maybe 20 cabinets or so, and a big piece like this on the front, you might want to buy the larger kit, but we saw it half off, so we got 2 of the smaller ones for 80 bucks, which is normally what the small kit costs. I think the big one's like 150 bucks or something. Anyway, some people say that this is a weekend project. I totally disagree. This took us many, many hours over the course of a week, if not more than a week, off and on. You have to take down all the cabinet doors. You have to number them. You have to have a plan. Say this is cabinet door 1, 2, 3. You have to number all your hinges so you know where everything goes back. You have to have a big space like a garage or basement with tables where you can lay everything out. There's 3 parts to the kit. The first part is a deglosser or deglazer, I forget. And it's all in the CD. We watched the CD several times. But you're scrubbing the finish off with a Brillo pad in this deglosser. It turns it from a shiny coat to this dull matte finish. Then you have to wash it. You have to do that on the front and back of all these doors. The next part is the stain, and I think we had espresso is the color. It's a common color for Rustoleum. We actually used it on our TV stand, so they both match. But that you put on, and the first coat looked pretty bad. The second coat looked a lot better. That's another reason why it took us so long. We did 2 coats on everything. And once you do that, there's an optional step after that where you can put in fake wood grain. I think that's if you have different types of cabinets, but our wood grain shone through just fine. So the third step was the polyurethane. It went on kind of milky, but the second coat looked a lot better. Then you had to put it all back together, and at that point we realized, like a lot of people had said, it's a good idea. You can buy new hardware. You can buy handles, and we bought round handles for some of the cabinets, and the bottom ones we bought different ones. We saw them on clearance at Lowe's. We weren't sure, but when we got them home, they looked really great. So we bought all new handles. Then we put it all back together, and we realized the baseboard in the room had to be done too, because that was that natural finish. So we had to take all that off and do that too. But we thought it looked really, really great. And it turned out it looked so good that we had these cheap melamine countertops. We went and got new granite countertops put in, which we got a pretty good deal, but that's a whole nother story. And we got a new sink and a new faucet. But if you're looking for something cheap, not necessarily easy, it was a lot of work, but something cheap that you can redo your cabinets, I highly recommend that Rustoleum Kitchen Transformations Kit. It totally changes the look of it. It doesn't look like a paint, it looks like a stain because it goes on real thin and kind of soaks in. It wasn't that expensive. You can do your whole thing. It totally makes it look nice. There's a couple areas by one of the cabinets where we're trying to get into the garbage can, throw the garbage away, and we're putting our hand in the same spot, and it wore a little bit through, but not bad. It's held up great, but it is a lot of work. You need a lot of people and a lot of friends to help you, and you need a lot of space to do it. You need a lot of little spacers to set the cabinets up on. So there's plenty of other videos on how to do it, but we highly recommend it, and it turned out really well.